I still do not see our purpose in coming here.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks every once in a while is good for you.
The sounds of heated discussions reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avrila Vent of the ship's enforcers is barring the path for Superior, Master of Arms, Yocasta Sourback, who has arrived clad in armor. Judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already, and is now reaching a boiling point. Lieutenant Vent, my patience is wearing thin. I've given you an order, now get out of my way. I cannot comply with that order, ma'am. Vent looks shaken, but there is still fire in her eyes. This is my deck and my sector. So long as this area remains under the Lord Captain's special oversight, no action can be taken without my express permission. There are only 3 people who are authorized to make me stand down: the first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all lessons fall on deaf ears, Abelard mutters in a crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means Vent, Sourback looming over her, or both. Your Lordship. Noticing you, the 2 officers snap to attention and salute, their subordinates following suit a moment later. I want to speak to the strikers. Abelard mouths twist, but he restrains himself and says nothing. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck.
I forge my destiny among the stars.
A dozen pair of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange and to the outright grotesque. A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, an elderly woman and 2 men. These must be their leaders. They bow constantly before you. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. Tell me what is troubling you. Why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your lordship. All we's doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Brevet, snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes upon you. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for a cultist. One wrong word and they're reaching for the batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to the whole base for weeks at a time, so we all get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammations in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. Argenta does not interrupt the workers. You see the sadness well in her eyes when she mentions the children's deaths. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes the sign over herself. It's all true. Vent's the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks, and who grew up midships, and has no fellow feelings towards us. The man with a scarred face throws up his arms. Your lordship, we are no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we are doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. The persecution started apropos of nothing, you say? I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding down here. A cultist amulet? What's that? The Gao they found on the dead drunkard? Is that something evil or forbidden? We surely didn't know. The enforcers said they were looking for heretics amongst us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people, and there are no new faces around. Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as far as this amulet goes, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising fools looted the bodies. The boots they came back with, nobody ever tread these decks in boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me that these cultists are better commanders than us. Oh yeah, those boots were really fine. And there are no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any ambulance around here. We all worship the Emperor, and we're all working, we bow down before the machine spirits, the large and small transformers in the servo motor. The same way My grandfather has taught us 100 years ago by a tech priest. Naive children. Weren't you taught from an early age that the dangers of the arch enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I had my third little one. That is regrettable. But we cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when beasts come crawling out for the amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Fathers who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? Abelard, do you have anything to add? I authorize the use of necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in this sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Abelard frowns, clearly disgruntled as to having explained himself in the workers' presence. Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedoers. What changes do you want? Well, would you look at that? The exalted captain himself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat, and stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms, and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show their faces. I've been leader of the clans for 20 years now, and getting rid of the club-wielding thugs that can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old man. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks, too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbors, calling out their stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. You speak for yourself and your clan. I speak for mine and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us harder than ever before, all because we dared to speak out. The tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds, he opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into the untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands, and we will consider the rest. The tall workers they call Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman. Old man, listen. Listen, the Lord Captain himself has come down and is offering concessions, and I don't know a single person in the whole Depot 4 who has ever stood next to a road trader, let alone talked to one. Back down. Now's not the time to be a stubborn old crone. Listen to us, old man. The three clans at Depot 4 ought to act as one. We made up our minds, and it's now your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave against an old woman, are you? But I'll shut up. I will indeed. Now, I won't go against the two clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. Then it's decided. The persecution would stop, and I expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left behind by the cultist. Your lordship, thank you. We have not abandoned us. You have not abandoned us lower deckers. You came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. I lost fuel and provisions, it seems. That's fine. Of course, your lordship. We'll root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers, and we'll leave no stone unturned. Nice. Stopping unexpectedly, Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance and addresses your other companions, saying, I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Abelard looks at you, and his last vestiges of restraint vanish. You kowtow to the disloyal rabble. You believe their lies and show them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, the rabble will welcome them with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like, because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valancius Protectorate? There is some truth to your criticism. I should say so. Abelard heaves a heavy sigh, but he visibly relaxes. You simply needed to trust me. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodora? Do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. I would be too willing to trust in my Seneschal and not heed head with such matters, but the situation had spiraled out of your control, Abelard. You're right. At least as concerns as junior officers making complaints directly to you. And Abelard stands at attention. I lost my temper, Lord Captain. The prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is not just simply empty phases to me. I left the Imperial Navy for a chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds, they create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left everything behind. I had come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods of time for distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire protectorate rested upon my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built up over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All of this has come as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot simply allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out by the ship's regulations. Procedures that was established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot simply be deemed excess to requirements. The prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is just as important to me. You're the only person who has comprehensive knowledge of how things should run on the ship. I think in the future I will follow your recommendations. I'm glad to see value in the foundations laid down by your illustrious predecessor. Why fix what isn't broken? And as for me, I shall endeavor not to cause you any further consternation, Lord Captain. And now, please leave us the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places. I'm gonna talk to the Boxmaster since I accidentally clicked no when I meant to click yes. How may I have served you, Lord Captain? Members of the cult operating on the ship have been asking for a meeting, and I'm willing to receive them. I will commence preparations at once, Lord Captain. What a grand entrance. I guess this is part of the DLC. One of the new ones. Those on the deck watch in awe as the final figure moves gracefully into a ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper in excitement while others murmur prayers to the God Emperor.
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still. Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her. And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion. We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibellah. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
You have heard many stories about death cults such as this one. These devoted holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, visible executioners, and scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by madness. Examine the cultists. The cultists are all voidborn. Their lithe, sinewy bodies are clad in light armor, which allows them to move with an acrobatic, nimble grace, strike with an assassin's swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with sharp spikes and ritual jewelry. Where time and training have worn their garments threadbare, you can make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. The prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips down their tear-stained faces of the captured officers, technomads, and workers. Word has been carved into each of their foreheads with meticulous precision: traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. The cuts have been diligently and regularly reopened to prevent healing.
These renegades committed treachery against their domin. Their lips once praised the name of Kunrad Voigtveer, but it is your name they will whisper as they cross over to the other side.
Interesting. So a death cult watches over my crew. They have honored the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him, sacred executioners.
The domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the Bloodspun Web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
Your heart is filled with awe as you gaze at the cultists. You recognize this feeling. You have experienced it before. When you walk through the scorching flame and survive, the eyes of your grim guests burn bright with sacrificial forever. They serve the God Emperor with their wholehearted faith and devotion. Nod toward the captives. Why have you brought this rabble to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the Bloodspun Web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Give the weapons to the traitors. It is time for Kibellah to prove herself.
A dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Your Emperor won't save you!
Is a blessing. As the tenants demand, I shall not fail it. Brings me no
I feel like I was cheating, doing multiple attacks in one row. Or one round. Oh, there's even more.
as honor. The other side awaits. Trust me.
Chaos.
Probably playing this character wrong. Who knows?
Out of my way.
No. I would that I could. Death is a blessing.
I've said I'm gonna take her next time. Cut to the heart, a cut to the throat, and a cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. The blood of the apostates will wash away the stain of their treachery, and so that their souls will prostrate themselves before the Undying One's throne and beg for his forgiveness. I have acted with reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me, Domin Konstantinos? Will you make me your shield and shadow? Your lordship, the spinners of the Bloodspun Web were watching, tracking, and killing von Valancius' enemies long before the warring trade passed to Lady Theodora. However, their blade has been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons. But I certainly do not in any way condemn the deeds of the deeply esteemed cult. I'm sure they must have had a good reason. The cultists are a scourge to the seditious. They bring the unrighteous to ruin. The enforcers respect the Bloodspun Web, for we share a common goal to bring his light and his harsh justice to the darkest depths of the ship. Scourge of the seditious or not, folk are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, the Spunners took a train drive to pieces for some kind of ritual. I don't know what kind of old Malak did to earn that privilege, though. And who's going to feed his family now? But that's a lower decker problem. What matters is that the Bloodspun Web serves you faithfully, Lord Captain. My predecessor's predecessor once delivered a sermon about how the spinner saved his vessel from servants of the archenemy. The Bloodspun Web paid the price in blood, a river scarlet that flooded the decks from bridge to bilge. They became the blood of the flagship, the pulse in its veins, and the beat of its heart. Their great sacrifice earned them the favor of the House von Valancius. You will be my shadow, Kibellah. Yeah, why not? Henceforth, I am your shadow, Domin Konstantinos von Valancius, an instrument of death placed in your hands by the Undying One, for so it is ordained, and for his terror it forspoke. I also come bearing an invitation from the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web, who wishes to know that the doors to the Undying Temple are open to you. Are you suggesting that the Lord Captain should go down into the depths of the flagship to search for this temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They are not a fitting place for his lordship. Where is your temple located? I am not permitted to say. If you wish to find the temple, you must walk the path of Saint Arian, the matriarch spider. Hers was the thread that would become the Bloodspun Web. Her path began deep within the flagship in the dark tunnels of the freight line. And that is where yours must begin as well. This journey will bring you closer to the thread of web, closer to the Undying One, closer to understanding death. And perhaps one day I will grant you that favor. I have heard the whisper of the Undying One. He awaits you. He calls to you, and your time will come. Your blade awaits direction, Domin Konstantinos. We will speak again when the time is right. Yeah, I feel like if I would have started that quest, it would have been like another 15 hours going off the path. So I'll save it for later. Let's continue our path ahead. I have like nothing. What we have here, Lord Captain, is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I am surprised. The thing is more scraphead than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, and there's an incoming transmission now. Hear us. The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly cuts the static. do not require assistance. We repeat, we do not require assistance. Copy. The Vox relays a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us, won't they? Lord Captain, I am told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of this vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field named Rykadi Philia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put a too fine a point on it, has not been offered to them. Identify itself. Lord Captain, the connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourself. I repeat, identify yourself. Do not tell him. We are done for. This is Thunderfang. We are a merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private merchant vessel. A merchant vessel, of course they are. My damn stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Driver, damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of the combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has almost been completely obliterated. Two of the engines are critically damaged. Someone gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to lift away. Thunderfang, why can't we identify you? Why? I don't know why. What if, certainly not. Our vessel is badly damaged. A Maj is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, merchant vessel, Thunderfang does not require aid. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotion. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another one hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You manage to make out what little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our own business, straight out of the blue and open-fired. Miracle we got away. Emperor protected, and then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain to me what your business is here. And this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done? Idiot, it is too late now. The Vox channel is again filled with the angry whisperings of several voices. Do you copy? We're from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come out here to loot on... We're on different business. To help our out-of-jail dude not hurt... We are Kronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of plunder, and I mean goods. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Kronos expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they somewhat have Vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks, and they certainly deserve it. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remain a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you'll find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a circumstance where performing a warp jump is impossible. Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. I'm just gonna go ahead and go ahead, buy everything. I need these medkits, like, really bad. So let's see if I can raise my rep with them. Well, that didn't get me anywhere. I'll probably have to come back. Okay, now that that's done. Alright, let's get back into it. What? I discover a trap or something? Oh, there is. Come in, escort. This is Captain Vicari. Escort, please, come in. My dog's going crazy in the background. pale young woman looks at you in a mixture of hope and disbelief swirling in her eyes. You notice her hands trembling as she clutches her weapon. Who are you? Did you come from the planet? Are you reinforcements? Saint's teeth. I thought you'd never come. Whoa. My dog and my cat are fighting in the background. I don't know if you hear that. I'm the rogue trader Konstantinos von Valancius. Now introduce yourself. At once, the woman stands at attention. Captain Raquel Vicari, servant of the House Winterscale and the pilot of the shuttle. It is an honor to be a greeting to his lordship von Valancius. My dog's going insane. Oh my god. What happened here? There's been a prison riot on this planetoid. Or, on the planetoid. Sadly, it is being led by the prison warden himself, the Honorable Anathagan Castaglia. He has allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch, and declared Rykadi Philia to be independent of the authority of the system's lawful governor. I come here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honorable Evian Winterscale, son of Caligos Winterscale, rogue traitor, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity. She details enunciating every word of her overlord's title. Young Lord Winterscale wishes to speak to the warden personally, so he could put an end to this lawful treason. He and his escort went ahead. She growls, paler. Good, beat him up. He said beat him up. Oh my god. He and his escort went ahead. She grows paler. I haven't been in contact with them over the box for a very long time now. Evian, Abelard mutters, stroking his beard. One of his distant younger offsprings, yes? That is much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. Oh my god, what is going on? Hold on, let me check this out. There's a whole battle raging in my house right now. It's one dog versus like a billion cats. So. Evian Winterscale has made several diplomatic visits to Urac 5 on behalf of his father, rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. The Great Regent would not have granted entry to someone dishonorable, which means, whatever happened in this terrible Maldor's place, we must aid this man of noble blood. The warden himself is spearheading the riot? Yes, she bites her lip. No one expected this. Master Castaglia, however you say that, is a nobleman from the respected governor house and a vassal to House Winterscale. All of a sudden, he proclaimed that Rykadi Philia was now his personal domain, that the prisoners were his subjects, and that he would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. And I take it they're looking forward to a diet of sand and gravel? What kind of man would start a revolt on a barren rock? Why would a young Winterscale have felt the need to parley with the dissidents? She sighs quietly. It's a personal matter. Master Castaglia, the seditious warden, is Lord Evian's childhood friend. When my lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and so he rushed here without delay, bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt. The first Winterscale in my memory who prefers to talk first rather than shoot and slash. Young Winterscale is not his father's shadow. If he is determined to save his friend, he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he is alive and well. He's been gone for quite some time now, and I really don't like this place. Cassia frowns in confusion. Theobald executed his wife and only son on the mere suspicion of treason against House Ruserlio. So why did the noble Evian rush to save someone who had betrayed the house? Do bonds of friendship give one right to make inexcusable mistakes? I'm looking for a man by the name of Heinrich von Kallax. Is he here perhaps? Unless this is one of the prisoners or guards, then it seems unlikely. There are no shuttles in working order other than yours or mine. There is nothing else used to reach this place. Is there anything else I should be apprised of before I set out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I'm very distracted by what's going on behind me. I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your lordship. Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so that the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. I have no more questions. You may excuse yourselves, pilot. The woman freezes for a moment before asking hesitantly, Your lordship, if I may for a minute of your time, I wouldn't have ever dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation. In any case, have you been to the capital of Rykadi yet? I wanted to ask you if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jasper. I have not yet been to Rykadi and know nothing of the officer's fate. That's a shame. May the Emperor keep that fool from harm. Thank you for your time, your lordship. She bows. You can tell from the desperation in her eyes that she is exhausted, frightened, and wishes to be off this planet as soon as possible. Oop. Okay, let's have you disarm the trap real quick. Can only build it from that other side. I might be able to pick that lock. I guess we'll see. Once we get to that side.
Faith leads you along your thread, as it leads me along mine. We both serve him in our own way.
Oh,
So,
shit.
Why do I see such worry in your eyes whenever you look at
Of course.
me, Amic Argenta?
We find our foes by different means. I kill those deemed guilty of heresy by the exalted ecclesiarchy. You kill those identified by vague portents. And I do not know to what extent they can be trusted.
I will cast you into eternal darkness!
Your Emperor won't save you!
Well, could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, I disarmed the traps so I could get my whole party up here. But we were quite surrounded by quite a decent amount of people.
Out of my way!
Let's see how this goes, especially because she has head trauma now. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not.
I've suffered worse.
That's not nice.
An offering of blood.
What's in our ranks?
Wow.
To slaughter someone!
Look. It's going to be a problem. So many freaking prisoners now. I wonder if I could get close to taking them out. Let's get into cover. Oop. Okay, that took care of most of the people that were about to attack me.
I serve the ruinous powers! Death to the weak!
It's very impressive that they managed to take out Kibellah that fast. Bunch of random prisoners. Sure, why not? I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Okay,
I may, as duty demands.
Will do. But of course.
I don't know if they can necessarily attack through the bars right here. It's probably not good to stand too out in the open. Grenadier. He's gonna throw a grenade. I already know. Let's probably spread out as much as I can.
Scared yet?
Oh my god.
My soul
People are insane.
shall become like fire. Injuries will not slow you.
Everyone's already getting massive traumas. It's kind of crazy. From prisoners, of all people.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Should have definitely gotten cover, but it's okay. There's not too many left. It's just these two people.
I will do my duty. Tried and tested tactics are the best one.
I need to start doing that more. Actually planning my attacks. And,
Victory is imminent.
okay, good. He's injured at least. Might be good to give him a...
I cannot
course.
comply.
Okay. I knew that was gonna happen.
Actions will speak louder than words.
Go ahead and deal with this guy.
Faith
well as I
without
can.
deeds is worthless.
Shit. Okay.
Out of my way!
Okay. That mostly took care of him. He's gonna throw a grenade. I knew it. Over the wall.
Minor setback.
Okay, good. That deals with that problem. I don't really have a line of sight of attack on this person. I'll just kind of move them up.
In the name of House Orcelio, I shall prevail.
Okay, good. Well, we got a bunch of traumas, which is annoying. From prisoners. Oh, that would have been useful. Gas grenades? Okay.
Know your duty.
How did I fail on 90%? Okay. Game's trolling me right now.
You see could be the whispers of the archenemy. How can you trust your visions, Adira?
I don't think that's the question you wanted to ask. What you wanted to ask was, how can others bring themselves to trust a despicable psyker like me? Face it, sister. Not everybody's as pig-headed as you are.
The Divine watches over us.
Oh, okay. My brethren, the dawn is nigh. The Optimates will guide us into the new existence. Yes, yes, dear brethren, have a taste of my steel. Oh, how I've longed for this, my dear brethren. Thank the throne, normal-looking faces. We thought we were gonna die here with these nutters. The old man with a gap tooth smiles and drops his weapon and holds out his hand in a placating gesture. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. Well, this is a welcome change, talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain, the look of this ragtag bunch of hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal. We're honest, quiet inmates. We didn't want to riot, but, well, sitting out really wasn't an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join in the festivities. So we had to, you know, play along. That's all it was, play. We never meant no offense to Governor Medini, nor to the lawful authority of House Winterscale. Give us a chance, eh? We just want to wait out until everything blows over and we could go back to our cells and quietly do the rest of our time. A repentant, honest heretic. How novel. Judging by Abelard's tone, the seneschal is utterly unimpressed by the old man's ingratiating monologue. The low-born speech is molted with color that conceals his true, darker hues. This old man has a long history of lies, and he uses his wiles on us as well. But I see no foul corruption or ill intent in his words. Tell me more about the warden and the riot. Pa, why soil your tongue talking about that heretic? But if you insist, here's how it is. The warden of this here prison, the Honorable Master Castiglia, was a crackpot from the start. The previous warden ran things the proper way. Prayer, 1 meal a day, work, a punch to the choppers from the guards, and work again. But the new one, did you know that what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners. By the 9 devils, 3 meals a day. The man was obviously stark, raving mad. Things only went downhill from there. The guards quit it with the teeth punching. The warden forbade them. Instead, the overseers started counting which prisoners were digging up more things in the quarry or swinging their pickaxes harder or whatnot. And then, would you believe it? They put together a list of best workers. And if someone on that list also showed good behavior, that's when they'd get promoted to an optimate. That's the upper crust among us jailbirds. Or that's how it was at first, and then the warden decided it was optimates, not the guards, who should be in charge of punishments. And that it wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work. It was the optimates. Well, let me tell you, that's when those goody two-shoes really started to shine. The guards weren't even in the same league as our dear fellows, the optimates. In the old days, we had maybe 5 or 10 stiffs kicking it a week, and now, well, we're lucky if it was only 50. And that wasn't even the end of it. Warden Castiglia moved out of his chambers to live right in the quarry under the dome. And I think something in his new home really scrambled his brain. He began spouting the wildest things like the Optimates are saints, and who will behold the truth. And he started taking them to the quarry. Not all of them returned. The ones who did, you wouldn't even recognize them. More beast than man. They were butchering people left and right, even guards and overseers. The warden himself had armed them. And that's the whole sob story. But I knew it from the moment he let us have dinners that, oh, this wouldn't end well. Adira nods knowingly. The old codger's right. Whichever noble started giving them handouts to the commoners, something always goes wrong. She notices your look and catches herself. I mean that with all due respect, your lordship. No offense intended. And if I spare you, what do I gain from it? Now, how can lowly jailbirds hope to thank your noble self, huh? I have an inkling, you see. Us here, we're, how should I put this, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Rykadi Monoris, debtors, gutter snipes. There's no one serious. Now, we're your nobleness, are cut from a different cloth altogether. We're fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you about the where on Footfall Station, you know? The only shipyard and the best market in all the Coronis expanse. Yes, so where on Footfall you can find some very serious, business-minded people. And how you can get yourself a very special discount from one of them on very special goods. What kind of very serious people? The most serious kind, your nobleness. Have you heard of the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in the Expanse. There is no leader, of course. But there are some terribly serious captains who decided that cutting each other's throats over loot was... what do you call it? Counterproductive. But cutting throats altogether, now that's anti-counterproductive. And well, their joint efforts leave them with an excess of spoils, so they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who handles such kinds of dealings on behalf of those various serious people. You are pirates. I came across a void ship belonging to your associates. They were planning to break you out. The old man grunts, huffs, then makes up his mind. Well, now that's out of the bag. Our fellows were supposed to come and get us a long time ago, but they got tied up somewhere. Void Kraken skullets with them. And all the time we had to wait, this happened. Pardon me for trying to pull the synth wool over you. It's just that we want nothing to do with the whole warden nonsense. So what now? We let us go? Adira cracks her neck. Sure, no problem. Today you'll tell us a little lie. Tomorrow you stick a torpedo in our sides in that ship of yours. If it doesn't all fall apart the moment our helmsman sneezes in its general direction. Very well, I shall spare you. Oh, that's so great to hear, your nobleness. Just great. Now there's a true aristocrat, not that warden creep. Now, your nobleness. Where was I? If you've ever on Footfall Station, there's a district there, the Shadow Quarters. It's called that because it's located behind the statue of our holiest emperor. I've known folk who called it something else. Also on account of it being behind the statue. Don't repeat their mistakes, I tell you. Reverend Hieronymus wasted no time finding and burning them all. Forgive an old man for being distracted. So, Footfall, the Shadow Quarters. There's a bar there, built into the remains of an old ship. And in that bar in the back room, a certain Riza does her business. Tell her Grandpa Bakvala says hello. You'll be her favorite client in the blink of an eye. And there we are. Well, your nobleness, we'll be going now if you don't mind. I'm not gonna go back on my word and kill them. That's not how I want to play this character. I shall not leave you here to die at the hands of the warden's henchmen. Go, tell my pilot that that is Lord Captain order that you be sent to my ship. You will join my ship's crew, and you have personal pardon as a rogue trader. And I also need the crew, so... thanks. We are most grateful, your nobleness. The old man glances at you somewhat skeptically, but then smiles and leaves. I guess I'm going to play between an iconoclast and a dogmatic character, but I'm not going to commit like one way or the other, because I know there's certain paths that each go down. And we leveled up, nice. Okay, let's take care of this level up first before we commit too much further into this. This one's really good. Break through ranks. Move could also be pretty good too, but I don't know, it's pretty hard. I could also take more damaging effects for myself, but I kind of don't want to. I did look at a lot of these off camera because there's a lot, and I wanted to kind of speed this up, but honestly, I don't know if the stunned effect necessarily is for when they're knocked down, because this would help a lot, because as you saw earlier, Addelgard got knocked out of the fight, and getting him back up would be very nice. So I would have to kind of look into that. I don't really want to commit to it, so. Oop. Breakthrough ranks is really good though against freaking Addelgard if he's surrounded, because he pretty much makes an immediate attack against all of them. So it's kind of hard though. Resolve, I don't know. It's also a hard one as well. It increases like the momentum you gain, so you could get more and more heroic acts. I think they're called. I forgot. Yeah, but and it also is really good that they get another action point. I'm kind of between Breakthrough Ranks and Air of Authority. Ooh. Take aim would be amazing for Argenta, especially with a sniper rifle. I don't know. This is a really hard level up. But then again, Cassia is also an officer, so maybe I might get something else with her. Yeah. This is really good in the future. I might use a shield as well. But from what I understand, they're not available until very later in the game, or at least later than I am currently. Guess I'm gonna take Persuasion, because why not? I'm building up into a Persuasion character. And I seem pretty persuasive so far, so might as well go with it. I could always respec later if I end up kind of messing up my build entirely.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Ooh, it's a unique pistol. Oh, it's a one-handed shotgun. Whoa, okay. Well, I know what I'm gonna use. Yeah, instead of this revolver. I have to start favoriting some of these guns because they do share a lot of the similar icons, and I don't want to accidentally sell it in the future, you know? Okay. Let us continue on.
We should deal with this.
Oh, wait. Ah, finally. Nice. Let's see what all I picked up. I need to stop doing that. I just click the space bar. Okay. Well, this is going to you. I don't know, it's a hard choice. Oh, because Lightning Arc is such a good ability. What does this do? What do these abilities do? Oop. The next hit against the target will be an automatic critical hit. Ooh, okay. Some of these are really good. I'll put it in her sidearm. I can only have 2 staffs. I'll save it. It's pretty good. I'll save it. I might play with it in the future. Who knows? Ah, nice. A new cloak for Addelgard. Didn't even notice. Oop. Something like that. Okay. And we're messing around. Let's continue on.